You know, it was a ball game. You didn't have your full arsenal tonight, really. You had Roe Johnson. It was more of a game time decision. Didn't go. You had Antonio Benton. You were looking for some guys to step up tonight, and you did. And Jan and Jeremy Campbell tonight, guys you were looking forward to. And but tonight, just the Western Kentucky team, I guess their backs against the wall, and they had to come up and prove something, and they played well tonight.
Well, they are 1-4, 1-5. They played a very tough schedule. It's an interesting environment to have to come play in, of course. But you know, that game comes down to about a 3-minute span at the end of the first half. Roosevelt is not playing. He's playing just a couple of minutes. He comes and says, "I think I can go, coach." You know, he's running back and forth to the bathroom. He's got a stomach flu. He's just kind of a mess right now, but trying to play. Brandon's on the bench with 2 fouls. Jan's on the bench with 2 fouls. Pop's on the bench with 2 fouls. And we're just trying, it's 31-30 with about 2.5, 3 minutes to go till halftime. And we're just trying to make the best of it and get in there thinking we're going to be in good shape. And then a bevy of turnovers hit, and we just gave them all the momentum. And we talked about that, of course, before the game. Turnovers by us will lead to easy baskets by them. But the young guys, you had a lot of youth out there, a lot of first and second year players who've not played a lot. And to their credit, Western Kentucky did a nice job of stepping in for charges and bothering us. And we missed a lot of good looks during that same stretch. But, you know, those turnovers led to easy baskets. We don't score. And all of a sudden you're down 10 points. And it took us a minute. They kind of came out with a little bit of juice. They were feeling kind of confident. But I felt very good that we could hold them to 25 or 30 points in the second half. We held them to 32. And I said before the game the first team to 60 would win. And then that pretty much was it. But just despite all of the circumstances going against us, I love the fact that we kind of played as one tough unit. We didn't quit. And we almost got all the way back, got it down to 4. Jan almost steals the ball there with 17 seconds. Would have been a nice steal. Would have liked to have seen what happened right there. But, you know, tough environment. You know, they went 32 times to the line and made 24 of them, and we lose by 5 on the road. It's just a lot of things conspiring against you, and I hate it for the guys because we really believe we're going to come in here and win. We felt like we could. But we have to learn a few lessons and take some momentum out of here for Louisiana Tech.
You know, you talked about that near the end of the first half, and I actually just kind of wrote up who was on the floor. And, you know, you had 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen on the floor at the time going up against a, you know, Western Kentucky team that had some young guys as well, but, you know, had Tang Cole at 6'11". You had
transfer from Oklahoma State. You know, their freshmen are McDonald's All-Americans. Our freshmen eat at McDonald's. That's the difference. And so when it comes to some game experiences and levels, there is a slight difference. But again, you know, if you want to look at a silver lining, it's an awfully good learning experience for some of our young guys. It's good minutes for them to play in this kind of environment. But, you know, the veteran guys were able to play. We were able to whittle the thing down. And I think it bodes well for us when we go to conference play. You know, without Roosevelt in there, and they just really started pounding us inside. We were kind of light out there, kind of thin, and I may have held on to the zone a little too long. Maybe we played matchup too long. Our man-to-man was very good in the second half, and I would love to play man-to-man for 40 minutes. But when you know that Brandon is foul, maybe he's going to get in foul trouble. You know that Roosevelt's sick. And the matchup zone worked for a while. It really was very effective for about 10 minutes. It was a very low-scoring game. We were up 4 or 5 points most of the first half. I think we were up, you know, 20-15, something like that. And it's going pretty well. But we had to abandon it to start the second half. We went about 4 minutes, 3 minutes in it. I called the timeout. We went all man-to-man the rest of the way. And our guys played very well after that, really settled down. I think they scored 6 points right out of the gates. So you consider in the next 18 minutes, they scored 26 points. It's a good job by us, a very good job by us. So still finding ourselves, very disappointed. Like I said, I felt like these guys were ready to be punched again and we could get them, but we're still a little young. We're still a little inexperienced. Jan Petrovic still has a question mark or two out there at times, but you can see that the contribution's growing. Jeremy Campbell making tough shots tonight, and Brandon with a double digit, Jan Petrovic with 10, and even Ochi, I think, had 5. You know, Quinn Cooper makes a very timely 3. So contributions are coming, and if we can do that, we're going to just get better and better. And, you know, we're just about 2 weeks away from Elgin Bailey becoming eligible for that Southern game on December 12th. So we're excited about that as well, and I think he gives us obviously some presence inside.
You know, I thought one of the things, you know, that I noticed tonight was every time Brandon Fortenberry got the basketball, there were two players on him. Really didn't want him, you know, catching and shooting. You know, they gave him a couple of late, you know, chances at three.
Had a good look here. Had a
good look here, but you know, but that was one of the things they really wanted to get the ball out of his hands, make him put it on the floor, make him find the open guy, and let somebody else beat you. And you know, and tonight was just one of those nights. But you know, you get back on the bus, head back to Hammond, America, and get ready for La Tech.
La Tech. You know, we're playing about as meaty a mid-major schedule as we've played in a while. To come here to Western Kentucky, as we talked about, one of the winningest programs in mid-major history, Louisiana Tech in our building. It's a great schedule. We go to Southeast Missouri, another good OVC program. So right now we're testing ourselves very well, and I'm hoping we can get one or two of these during this stretch. And certainly we need to hold serve at home. It'd be a great win for us if we could. But I enjoyed tonight. I've got my cousin, my uncle, and her husband and kids are here, and we had Brandon Fortenberry's parents, Alex Houselade's parents, so we had a nice little contingent behind our bench, and it was great to have them here. And you know, I hope our fans will come out. You know, Matt, I know we talked about this, and Carly is working very hard in marketing, but we're trying very hard to set a new attendance record for Wednesday night, and that's the goal. So whoever can get to our students, whoever can get to our local community, we're trying to see how many people we can get in the University Center and set a brand new record for Louisiana Tech and show them some basketball spirit. So I hope people will come and support us and help us get back on our winning ways at home on Wednesday night.
We're looking for over 4,200 to come to that ball game. And also, you get a little bit of a halftime treat. You got Acro Dunk coming in, dunk group out of Houston, and they were on America's Got Talent. And, ought to be a pretty fun night. Of course, you know, La Tech coming in their first trip to the University Center in 20 years.
Yep.
And, you know, of course, the first-year coach and Michael White, and some good connections there between some guys who have played against each other before. So it ought to be a really good night of basketball as the Bulldogs come to the UC for the first time. We want to see you there. Get your tickets by calling 985-549-5466. Head coach Jim Yarbrough, I'm going to let you go talk to the family.
Thank you.
And we'll get the story written up. We're going to hurry and try to get out of here and get on the bus. It's head coach Jim Yarbrough here on the Bud Light Postgame Show. We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back.